Hello everyone, mabuhay. I am Rica Mae Denso and I will be discussing the five heritage sites of Brazil. First, the Sanctuary of Bom Jesus do Congonhas. This sanctuary was located at Minas Gerais in Brazil and it was inscribed in UNESCO in year 1985. This sanctuary in Minas Gerais, south of Belo Horizonte, was built in the second half of the 18th century. It consists of a church with a magnificent Rococo interior of Italian inspiration. And outdoors they were decorated with statues of the prophets and seven chapels illustrating the Station of the Cross, in which the polychrome sculpture by Alejandrino are masterpieces of a highly original, moving, and expressive form of Baroque art. Rococo-style church built in the 18th century, known for its soapstone carvings and wood sculptures. The sanctuary is situated on a steep hill and contains six small chapels that lead up to a church. Scenes of the life and death of Christ, recreated in sculptures and painting, and greet exhausted pilgrims. This elaborate complex of architecture, sculptures, and paintings was intended to provoke an intense emotional reaction. The sanctuary design was inspired by the site of Bom Jesus de Monte in Braga, Portugal, whereas Braga was an old established city in the 18th century. Congonhas do Campo was a small, remote village that had emerged only recently as a result of a gold rush that brought tens of thousands of immigrants to the area. Facts about the sanctuary. First, it was thousands of visitors come to the town during the church's September festival. Last, the sanctuary is dedicated to Bom Jesus de Matosinhos, an invocation of Jesus associated with a poly- polychrome wood sculpture on display in the town of Matosinhos, Portugal. Second heritage site is Iguacu National Park. Iguacu National Park is a national park in Paraná State, Brazil, and, and it was inscribed in UNESCO in year 1986. The park shares with Iguazu National Park in Argentina one of the world's largest and most impressive waterfalls, extending over some 2,700 meters. It is home to many rare and endangered species of flora and fauna, among them the giant otter and the giant anteater. The clouds of spray produced by the waterfall are conducive to the growth of lush vegetation. On November 17, 1986, during the UNESCO conference held in Paris, the Iguacu National Park was listed as National Heritage of Humanity and, and is one of the largest forest preservation areas in South America. Facts about this national park. First, there are more than 2,000 trees and animal species in Iguazu National Park. And second, the border between the two countries and their national parks is made by the Iguacu River, whose source is near the Serra mountain range. Third heritage site is Brasilia. Brasilia it was located at Federal District, Brazil, and it was inscribed in UNESCO in year 1987. Brasilia is the federal capital of Brazil and seat of government of the Federal District. The city is located at the top of the Brazilian highlands in the country's center-western region. It was founded by President Juscelino Kubitschek on April 21, 1960, to serve as the new national capital. Brasilia is estimated to the Brazil third most populous city. Among major Latin American cities, it has the highest GDP per capita. Brasilia was a planned city developed by Lucio Costa, Oscar Niemeyer, and Joaquin Cardoso. The city design divided it into number blocks as well as sectors for specified activities such as the hotel sector, the banking sector, and the embassy sector. Brasilia was inscribed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1987 due to its modernist architecture and uniquely artistic urban planning. It was named City of Design by UNESCO in October 27 and has been part of the Creative Cities Network since then. Facts about this Brasilia also hosts 124 foreign embassies. It was one of the main host city of the 2014 FIFA World Cup and hosted some of the football matches during the 2016 Summer Olympics. It also hosted the 2013 FIFA Confederation Cup. Fourth heritage site is Serra da Capibara National Park. Serra, Cap- Serra da Capibara National Park, it was located at Piauí, Brazil. It was inscribed in UNESCO in year 1991. Many of the numerous rock shelters in the Serra da Capibara National Park are decorated with cave paintings, some more than 25,000 years old. They are an outstanding testimony to one of the oldest human community of South America. The Serra da Capibara National Park contains evidence of the settlement by cultural groups in the area for thousands of years. These groups successfully developed practices and patterns tailored to the environment in addition to rich and complex cultural expression, as reflected in the surviving artwork. The surviving rock art provides tangible proofs of cultural wealth of these pre-colonial peoples in Brazil. The authenticity of the diverse archaeological remains is unquestionable and conditions have been largely preserved with the conservation measures that have been implemented to date. This area has the largest and the oldest concentration of prehistoric sites in the Americas. The park was created to protect the prehistoric artifacts and paintings found there. Facts about this national park is this area has the largest and the oldest concentration of prehistoric sites in the Americas. Last historic site is Historic Center of Sao Luis. This heritage site it was located at northwest of Sao Luis Island and it was inscribed in UNESCO in year 1997. The late 17th century core of the historic town, founded by the French and occupied by the Dutch before coming under Portuguese rule, has preserved the original rectangular street plan in this entirety. Thanks to a period of economic stagnation in the early 20th century, an exceptional number of the fine historic buildings have survived, making this an outstanding example of an invariant colonial town. The historic center is an outstanding example of a Portuguese colonial town adapted to the climatic condition of Equatorial America, with traditional Portuguese architecture adapted to incorporate raised piers and shutter wooden verandas. The historic center of São Luís has the largest and best preserved heritage of colonial Portuguese architecture of all Latin America. The first Europeans to see it were the French in 1612 who intended to make it a French colony. Facts about this historic center: they made a fort named Sao Luis or Saint Louis after Saint Louis IX of France as a compliment to King Louis XIII. And that's all for my topic, the five heritage sites of Brazil. Thank you.